Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited because I just got a package and I decided to order a few fragrances from Zara. The good thing is that, if you didn't know, Zara fragrances are super affordable. I didn't even realize they were so cheap, to be honest. So I got 3 roller balls. The roller balls I think are $7 Canadian. I got 2 of the 30 mils. The 30 mils I'm pretty sure are $10 or $11 Canadian. And then I got 1 of the full sizes, and I'll save that one for last. And that's strictly because, I'm not gonna lie, I like the bottom. So I didn't want to get all roller balls, but I also didn't want to get all full size. Roller balls sometimes, if they're not strong enough, they aren't as good on your skin, because obviously if you have the little sprayer, you can spray it on your clothes. It will last longer, I feel like, anyway. But in case I didn't like it, like, I decided to get a variety because I didn't want to get stuck with a whole bunch of perfumes that I didn't like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go in any particular order. Oh, did you see my belly? Sorry. I'm not going to go in any particular order, but I did write down the notes, so let me bring that up really quickly in my little handy dandy notebook. I guess let me start with Wonder Rose since it's first. So the first one I got is, I think they're all Eau de Toilette. I'll go through them as we go and see. This is called Wonder Rose, and I honestly blind bought all of these because obviously stores are closed right now, and I just kind of looked at the notes that they said. Mind you, I did watch a couple reviews. I did as much research as I could. So I read the notes, I watched some YouTube reviews, but I will say that there aren't that many reviews on the Zara fragrances and not on all the scents that I wanted. So kind of took a risk based on notes. So the first one is called Wonder Rose, and also I should say that I got these yesterday, and I put them on paper like I usually do. I write down the time and I go back and smell the paper to see if I could still smell it, and I also wore a few of them on my body, so I'll let you know. But Wonder Rose. This one is called Wonder Rose because it leaves you wondering, where the fuck is the rose? Just kidding. When you spray this, honestly, I'm so surprised by this. Okay, so the notes are pear, red fruit, and vanilla. And honestly, the pear smacks you in the face. It smells so good. It's like a juicy pear. I wore this to bed last night, and when I woke up, I still smelled it, but I was wearing like a long pajama shirt, and also where it, I'm sad that I didn't get the spray basically, because where it got on my shirt, as I took the shirt off, I could still smell it on the shirt in the morning. So, that's not bad. That's pretty good, especially consider this is $7 freaking. This smells like definitely the pear. I guess the red fruit, I can't smell like a specific red fruit, but it definitely smells fruity. But the pear is there. It's juicy, mouth-watering, in your face, like slaps you in the face. It smells so freaking good. And then as it does dry down, the rose is in the background. You do get a little bit of rose, and it's like a really pretty, elegant rose. Let me just pull this down. Oh my God, Amanda. But she's in the background, the rose, and as it dries down, it's like a sweet, it's like sweet fruit, you know, kind of like with a little bit of rose. It's just, honestly, I feel like this is inoffensive, and if you like fruity vanilla scents with a tiny bit of rose, and the rose isn't like too strong, so it's really just, it's pretty elegant and fruity and mouth-watering, inoffensive. I'm really surprised. I really like this guy. Like, really like it, and it does not give you a headache. I don't know if I like rose, but that one smells really good. What I will say is certain fragrances, you smell them and they smell like a little bit complicated, like you can't really tell what's in there. They smell expensive. These are pretty, like, I'm not gonna say basic, but for the most part, yeah, like they're not too complicated is what I will say, and they don't smell like too expensive, but they do smell pleasing. They smell really good, and for the price, like, what more can you ask for, you know? Next up is called Oriental. This is also an Eau de Toilette, and this is also obviously a roller ball. Get it together. This is called Oriental. When I think Oriental, I think spicy, aromatic. Yeah, some like vanilla is considered an Oriental, but when I think Oriental, I think kind of like spicy. And this is definitely, if I was to call this anything, I would call this a gourmand, because this smells like a caramelized brown sugar. with a tiny, tiny bit of spice. And what is the note in here? Oriental is bergamot, vanilla, and caramel. So I nailed it. So it smells like caramelized brown sugar, which is, I guess, the caramel and vanilla. And then the little bit of sharpness, spiciness you get is from the bergamot. And it's more so just in the opening. And it's like a little bit of like a, yeah, like a kick. So it's like a caramelized brown sugar with a kick. It smells really pleasing. It smells really like linear. You know, like if you just want a sweet perfume, this is a sweet perfume. This one I wore on my wrist yesterday also. And it lasted, I'd say, like a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours max, and then you'd have to reapply it. Again, I have the rollerball. If you have this spray and you spray it on your clothes, I'm assuming it would last longer on your clothing. But on my skin, only with it being right here on my skin, lasted roughly 2 to 3 hours, and then you could just top it up. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Next up, I ordered, the last rollerball is called Zara Oriental Summer Edition. The box looks like this. It has like this gradient. I don't know if you can see that. I really like that. It's cute. I will say, like, I'll get into it a little bit more, but I like Zara's packaging. This one is the most different out of everything I got. Let me read you the notes. So Oriental Summer has neroli oil, coconut water, and brown sugar. This is from the women's section, but it almost gives me like a unisex vibe, and I think it's because of the neroli oil. The neroli oil is a little bit like sharp and like a freshness. I think it's because it's in men's cologne. Maybe I just have that association, but it definitely has like that freshness, and it's a little bit sharp. I smell the vanilla in this, but it's more in the dry down and in the background. So to me, if I had to describe this, this is like a fresh, aquatic, unisex scent. It still smells good if you don't like unisex, and a little bit strong. I think this is the strongest one I got. It's not too sweet. I think that's why. This is more like aquatic, fresh. Yeah, there's some vanilla, right? Oriental Summer. No, there's coconut water and brown sugar. So I think the neroli and the coconut water give this like the aquatic, fresh vibe, and also like unisex. And the brown sugar sweetens it up a tiny bit, but it's only in the dry down. So overall, this one lasted a long time, though. I will say this one lasted a few hours. It's pretty potent, and it smells good, but it's not too sweet. So if you're thinking this is like a gourmand, it's not. This is what I would think. I would think like you're walking on the beach. It's like sunset. The weather is like a little bit crisp. You get like the breeze from like the waves. Yeah, so you have like the salt water, the breeze from the waves hitting you. You got like the coconut water, though. It's not like a creamy coconut, so don't think it's like a creamy coconut. It's not. This one's fresh, aquatic. The sweetness is in the dry down, and to me, I could even say this is like a tiny bit unisex, and it's strong. That one's strong. My battery's dying, so let me charge it. Okay, I'm back. If the lighting changed, I'm sorry, but it does that sometimes when I have to shut down my camera. And I didn't charge it that long, so hopefully it lasts. Okay, now let's get into the two 30ml spray bottles that I got. Let's start with Zara Gardenia. I heard its MJ talk about this, and she said it was a dupe for Black Opium. If you saw my last video, I was disappointed with Black Opium because the lasting power is literal shit. So let me show you the bottle. This is what the bottle looks like. I will say Zara does a really good job with their packaging, considering it's so affordable. It's really sleek, it's cute, like, and it's simple, and I like that. Sometimes simple is better. So the notes for Gardenia are orange blossom, coffee, and vanilla. So I did hear it's MJ and another Rebecca Collazo. I don't know her name. Another YouTuber talk about this, saying it was a dupe for Black Opium. Okay. By the way, these two spray bottles that I got, Gardenia and the next one I'm going to talk about, happen to be the two strongest and longest lasting out of all the ones I'm going to talk about. It could be that it's the spray, but I don't think so. I think it's just because the notes in here, like, the juice is a little bit more powerful. It is what it is. So I wore this one yesterday and I sprayed it on paper. And I will say, what are the notes? Did I tell you? Orange blossom, coffee, and vanilla, which is almost identical to Black Opium. However, and like, what's up with the trickery? Why does Zara do this trickery naming it Gardenia? I would never, ever buy this with this name, because if I didn't read the notes, I would think obviously it smelled like gardenia, and I don't want to smell like gardenia. So that's some trickery. But in the dry down, I will say this isn't a total dupe for black opium. I find black opium a little bit sweeter, a little bit more syrupy. I get a little bit more of the coffee, and I guess maybe the patchouli. I find it a little bit more, like it has more like spicy and sweet. Okay, this one, when you first spray it especially, you do get more of the floral. It doesn't have, it only says orange blossom. I don't know if it's orange blossom, but when you first spray this, you definitely get more floral than black opium. However, the longer it sits on your skin, as it dries down, I compared them yesterday, the two, black opium and gardenia, the longer it sits, it does smell more similar. So I guess it sweetens up the longer it sits on your skin, but when you first spray it, it smells more floral. However, with that said, I don't mind, because if it's a dupe for $7, or what is this, $10, like, hello, I'm here for it. And it does smell really good, and the longer it sits, as it dries down, it does smell very comparable to black opium. So if you like that, but you want to save some money, try this. And don't be scared by the opening, because it sweetens up as it dries down. And so yeah, I wouldn't say it's 100% dupe, but maybe like an 80. This next one is called Zara Twilight Mauve, however you say it. I say mauve. So this is the packaging. Again, super sleek, really cute. It's like a lavender color, and I like that. So this one is this, I don't even know. This is, I'm so surprised I like this, to be honest with you. This is so fruity and juicy in the beginning. It's so like, I don't want to say citrusy. What are the notes of this? What is this even called? Twilight Mauve. Get it together. Magnolia, apple, and lily are the notes. I smell the apple. It smells like green apple, juicy green Granny Smith apple. Oh, it's like mouth-watering tart, like a tart apple. It smells so freaking good. And it smells like that fruity apple mixed with, yeah, I guess I could smell a little bit of the lily and magnolia. There's a little bit of floral in there, but you smell that juicy, mouth-watering, like literally sour apple mixed with an expensive-ass shampoo. You know when you go to the salon and they shampoo your hair and it smells so good? And sometimes when you go to salon, the shampoo they use smells like fragrance. Okay, so this almost smells, dare I say, fresh. And I don't like fresh scents, so I don't like to say that. But this smells like fruity apples mixed with a nice, good, luxurious smelling shampoo. So it's kind of fresh. Like, I could see people wearing this in the summer for sure, because it's juicy and it's fresh. It doesn't give me a headache, and it lasted a really long time. I want to say like 5 hours, maybe more, but I'd say, like, to stay safe, 5 hours. This might be like the strongest lasting out of the ones I've tried, and this smells so good. I heard people say it smells like DKNY Be Delicious. Is that the one? I've never owned that, but I have smelled it, and yeah, I would say it's comparable, and it's really affordable, and I'm really surprised that I like it, but I do. So think of like a luxurious smelling shampoo mixed with that, but a good smelling shampoo, not like fresh, clean laundry. Like, anyway, that's what it smells like, and it smells juicy and delicious, and I'm actually really surprised I like it. Last but not least, I ordered a full-size bottle of this. This is called Zara Wonder Rose Summer. Now, I took a risk on this strictly because this packaging had me shook. Like, is this not me? I don't know. This is so gorgeous. Like, Zara's packaging, for the cost, I'm really surprised. This is what the bottle looks like. I love the gradient on the bottle. I just love it. And this, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't last that long on the skin. You could spray it on your clothes. It might last a few hours. I'd say, again, like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, and you'll have to reapply it. But it's $20 for 100 mils. That's not bad. And honestly, the notes in this are fruit, jasmine, and vanilla. This smells literally like a fruit cocktail. Fruit cocktail, you know how it smells like fruity, but it's sitting in the syrup, so it's a little bit sweet. It's so girly. It's so playful. It's so juicy. It's literally, you could smell the vanilla. It's like a sweet fruit cocktail. I don't get too much floral except in the dry down. As it dries down, you get a little bit of the floral, but it's not too much, and it almost settles into, like, dare I say, powdery. Like a little bit powdery, sweet fruit. And it's, oh, you just cannot. Do you see that? Ooh. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my god, this is my favorite. It doesn't last that long, but out of all the scents I got, I'm really glad I got the big bottle because first of all, it's gorge and it smells so girly and cute. This almost gives me a little bit of like Juicy Couture vibes, but without being so sweet. This is really feminine, really fruity, but sweet because of the vanilla, and also there's a little bit of floral. I feel like this is so good. I'm not gonna say it's mature. All of these, I feel like anybody could wear them, but they're not too sophisticated. So don't go into it thinking it's going to be like super complicated, but I feel like it's an easy, just like an easy reach, keep in your purse, take to work, because some people don't like wearing their really expensive perfumes to work. I'm one of those people. This smells freaking delicious though. Mouth watering fruit cocktail. It's really fruity if you don't like fruits, but this fruit is different. It's not like the one in Twilight Mauve. It's not like super, this one's a little bit sour and like tart. This one is literally like syrupy sweet fruit cocktail, and it smells really good, really girly. I really, really like that. It doesn't smell too mature, but I'm okay with that because I don't always want something that's like super heavy and super like commanding a room. This smells a little bit innocent, girly, feminine, sweet, summery. I might buy another bottle of this because I really like it, especially for the price. I like it. It gives me kind of a little bit like juvenile vibes, but like I said, I'm okay with that sometimes, and I don't put myself in that box. So that's all that I got from Zara. Let me just say, lasting power isn't the best on all of them, but it's also not the worst. I've had really high-end fragrances last less time, like Prada Candy, for example. So I'm not mad at it. They're so affordable. Reapply it. Not a big deal. Second of all, this is the first blind buy that I've bought that I can literally say I like everything. The only one that's different is the Oriental Summer because it's a little bit masculine, but I still like it. I literally can't say I'm disappointed with any of these perfumes. I really like it. And if nothing else, like you could literally use these as like layering kind of fragrances, or like I said, keep them in your purse just for like inexpensive if you want to smell good, take them to work. I'm happy with them. I really freaking like them. If you have similar taste, try it. I mean, maybe get the rollerball. It's affordable, so it is what it is. Take the risk. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, really quickly, I was just about to go edit this video, but I just want to say really quickly, in my opinion, instead of getting, I like all of these scents. As I said, I like all of them. I'm not disappointed with any of them. The Oriental Summer is the one that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'll still wear it, and it's still nice, and it's still worth the money. So I stick to that. But what I will say is possibly instead of getting the roller balls, yes, they're $7, but these 30 mils are literally only $10 or $11. So spend $4 or $5 more dollars, $4 more, and get the one with the spray, because as I said, I'm keeping it 100% honest, these don't last that long on the skin. Still, like some of them like 2 to 3 hours, and some of them like 5 hours on the skin. But either way, like if you get this spray, spend $4 more, $4, get the spray. It's small enough to put in your purse, and you can spray it on your clothes. I know not everyone likes to do that, but I'm just saying, either reapply it if you want to, or if you spray it on your clothes, it lasts longer. And I feel like the spray bottle ones, I don't know if it's just in my head, but I feel like they're a little bit more concentrated, or they last longer for some reason. But I would say spend the $4 more and get the smaller size bottle, the 30, is this 30 mil? Yeah. Get the 30 mils. They're $10 Canadian, cheaper in the US if that's where you're watching from. And you can still take it with you to go, because it's literally like the size of my palm, and I have a tiny baby hand. So get the sprayers, spray your clothes, totally worth it. I think it's a better bang for your buck because the roller balls they just work differently, you know what I mean? Get the sprayer.